Every new author has a story to claim. Sit back, listen to conversation between Terry Lynn and new authors on the rise, and let the journey begin.
Hello, friends. Welcome to my podcast, Conversations Between Terry Lynn and New Authors. On this episode, I'm talking with my friend who is a children's book author, Linda DeGree. Welcome, Linda.
I'm glad to be on your podcast, Terry.
It's good to have you here, Linda. Please tell us about your writing and your first book.
The name of my first children's book is What's Next, Eli? It was inspired by my very charming and very mischievous son, Elijah. When I'd put him down for naps in the afternoon, we would both fall asleep, but Elijah would usually wake up first. One time when he woke up first, he snuck out to the barn. When I woke up, Elijah was laughing, saying, "Mom, I brought in kitties for you to play with." Another time he woke up first and went out to our pond. When I woke up, frogs were jumping all over the bed.
I love that your main character is based on your son.
Yes, he's a pretty fun little boy.
What inspired you to write children's books?
First of all, I loved reading books. Once, when I had to write a story for school in about fifth grade, and I read it to the class, my teacher told my classmates, "Listen to Linda's story. It's a really good one." That's when I decided I loved writing as well as reading.
That's such a beautiful moment. It's amazing how one teacher's encouragement can unlock a passion we didn't even realize we had. I'm so glad you kept writing. The world needs stories from people who truly love them. What was it like seeing your story come to life through illustrations?
It was pretty magical. I was delighted. I just loved what my illustrator did.
I felt the same way when I saw my illustrations. What challenges have you faced as a new author, especially when it comes to publishing or marketing your book?
There is a lot to learn. At first, I thought writing was just writing the book and finding an illustrator. But I also learned that each page has a book design with the with the illustrations and the words. So, and then I found out you had to format your books. And it was not really easy to find someone I was satisfied with for illustrating, but I did find someone who I loved. Marketing is a lot harder. And Terry, I'm thankful for your podcast because you are helping me market my book by interviewing me.
It's my pleasure, Linda. Yeah, marketing is the hardest part of this business, being an author. What was your favorite book as a child, and do you think it influenced your writing style today?
Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson was my favorite children's book. My mom would take me to the library once a week, and I would think for 6 months I got that book every other time. I loved how he used his purple crayon to create the illustrations he needed to tell his story. I'm not really sure it influenced how I write my books. What has influenced me most in writing my children's books is my family stories and my classroom of students.
I also liked the book Harold and the Purple Crayon when I was a kid. Is there a scene or character in your book that's especially meaningful to you?
In my book, What's Next, Eli, Elijah, my son, is the favorite part of my book and telling his story. I have another book that was inspired by a family member. I really want a unicycle. They're special to me because one was inspired by my youngest son and one was inspired by my youngest brother.
That's pretty special to base your main characters on your family members. What age group do you write for, and what draws you to that specific audience?
I write for many age groups. I enjoy writing humorous children's books. It's the story I write that determines the age group I write for.
Wow, that's a fantastic mix of genres. You're inspiring readers of all ages.
I hope so.
Are there any books or authors that inspired your writing style or love for storytelling?
My all-time favorite author is L. Montgomery, Lucy Maud, who wrote the Anne of Green Gables series and the Story Girl series. I love the wide variety of characters with such completely different personalities that are in her books.
I don't know Ella Montgomery's books. I'll have to look those books up.
They're very old books. I'm 73 years old, and they were they were published 10 years before I was born.
Well, I like the classics. What do you think makes a book truly memorable?
The characters in the books. I like someone that I can laugh with or someone I can learn with. I especially like books that inspire different kinds of courage that I can apply to my own life. I also love books that teach lessons in humorous ways. What makes all of those memorable? I think the different ages that the book is written for is memorable. For instance, I've been a teacher of many years. I started out teaching fifth and sixth grade, and then I adopted a boy from Thailand. So I decided to open up my own preschool so I could be with him and that he could learn English. He was 6 and a half when we brought him to America. And then since then, I did talented and gifted teaching of students that really needed extra challenge. So in that, I worked with preschoolers all the way through high schoolers.
We met in the Children's Book Mastery Program. Would you like to share your experience with it?
I have taken many different classes, but Karen was the best teacher in a writing program that I've ever taken. Karen designs outstanding workbooks that guide writers to write and market their books with clear steps. She also answers our emails, critiques our books in a very thoughtful way, and puts us in author groups to work with each other during class and also outside of class. She has contacts with a great many writers and marketers who can give us further assistance.
Yeah, Karen's coaching program is the best.
I have loved it. I've taken many courses from her. So she is good.
Do you have any advice for other aspiring authors who are just starting out, especially in children's literature?
You have to be consistent and persistent. There are so many stages to writing a book. You might have a great idea, but sometimes to get the right words to go with your idea and to portray what you're trying to portray can be pretty tricky. You also need to be persistent in marketing your book. You need to learn all you can. Journaling is always good. Marketing is a must. You can hire someone to market for you, but you still need to know a lot about it yourself. Then take quality classes like Karen's, like the Children's Book Mastery, and attend writing summits. There are many of them online that you can just plug into.
I second that advice. If a child came up to you and said, I want to write a book too, what would you say to encourage them?
Yes, please do it. And what can I do to help you?
That's so nice of you to offer to help a kid.
Well, since I've been a teacher for so many years, that's what I always try to do.
What exciting projects or books are you working on next?
I have a series of coming of age books. They're for a little older group, so I won't talk about them as much, but I am trying to market those at the time. As far as children's books, my son Elijah thinks I'm much better at writing children's books than I am adult books. But I'd like to center on friendship In my years of teaching, I have noticed there are some people who just are easy to get to know and have a lot of friends, but then there's the shy ones, the ones that don't feel comfortable around a lot of people. And the book that I'm trying to write is how my character finds a friend. She's got twin sisters who are always there for each other, but she's not the twin. So she really has a hard time figuring out different ways to find friends.
That sounds like a great book. Where can people find you online and follow your journey?
I have a website, which is www.linda-degree.com. Presently, my books are all on Amazon, and I have some in libraries, local libraries around here. But I'm still beginning my journey, and I still have a lot to learn. You can also follow my journey through newsletters and on Facebook in Linda's Launch Team group.
Thank you, Linda, for your information. I will put the link to your website and your Facebook page and group in this episode's notes below.
I would appreciate that.
Is it anything else you want people to know about you?
Well, I've had a very interesting life. I married a dairy farmer, and I really don't even like animals. But I always wanted to do some peacemaking, and my husband and I welcomed over 50 foster kids into our home. We adopted some children, and we had some biological children. So therefore, I also call myself a farm wife because living on a farm I thought was very challenging. I love to write poetry, and best thing is I'm a mother and a grandmother.
Thank you, Linda, for talking with me on my podcast, Conversations Between Terry Lynn and New Authors on the Rise.
Thank you, Terry. I really enjoyed this way of doing it. You are an amazing woman. Thank you, Terry. I really enjoyed this way of doing it. You are an amazing woman who has not let any of your challenges stop you from doing what you want to do.
Thank you, Linda, for the kind words. Okay, my listeners, tune in next week when I talk with someone special. Until then, happy reading with your kiddos.